Can a Christian woman have emotional baggage? Welcome to Emotional Freedom for the Wounded Christian Woman podcast. I'm Jeanette Simpson Brown, author, certified life coach, ordained minister, and owner of Freedom Happens Masterclass LLC, an online school dedicated to teaching wounded Christian women how they can break free from the chains of emotional trauma and fulfill their God-given purpose. If you are a wounded Christian woman and you are feeling stuck, unable to move forward in your relationships, in your career, or in fulfilling your God-given purpose, you are in the right place. This podcast was created to help wounded Christian women overcome emotional trauma of depression, fear, and low self-esteem by combining biblical principles along with scientific facts to help you understand, heal, and overcome the painful, traumatic experiences of your past so that you can fulfill your God-given purpose. In today's episode, I will be answering the question, can a Christian have emotional baggage? Well, if you've listened to my previous podcast, my episode number 1, I discussed 3 reasons that most Christians never deal with past emotional baggage. And you will notice that I touch on this subject a little bit. But today, I will be explaining in greater detail. As you may recall, emotional baggage is the lies that we come to believe about ourselves after we have experienced trauma. And these lies come from the enemy that you agree with and begin to tell yourself after you have been traumatized. As soon as you agree with Satan's lies, they get stored inside your emotional baggage where it becomes a stronghold. And a stronghold is a pattern of thinking that is based on a lie. These lies become ammunition for the enemy to throw at you for the rest of your life as long as you carry that baggage. These lies will always attack your self-esteem, your self-image, your self-confidence, and the sense of security for years into your adulthood. But in order to experience emotional healing and freedom, you must first understand. Understanding is so important. Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. But in all your gettings, get an understanding. This principle of understanding is the first thing that I teach my students inside my Freedom Happens Masterclass online program. Once they understand how the enemy is holding them back from receiving their healing, their emotional freedom, and their God-given purpose, they have a righteous indignation and courage to face the pain of their past and experience their God-given purpose. Many of my students have experienced supernatural healing and freedom from depression, unforgiveness, shame, and so much more. You must know that the real enemy to your transformation is a lack of understanding. I always say this, but I can't express it enough. The enemy hates you, and he is doing everything that he can to cause you not to understand what is going on behind the scenes, so you won't experience God's peace, God's prosperity, and God's purpose that Jesus came for you to have and experience right here on the earth. So, you must understand, first of all, that we are 3-part beings. We are a spirit, we have a soul, and we live in a physical body. It's so important to understand how each part can work to hinder us from experiencing emotional freedom. So, let's take a look at our body. In our body, we experience emotions and feelings. Your body is the temporary container that relates to the physical world that's around you. Your five senses, your sense of sight, taste, what you smell, what you hear, and what you feel, what you can touch. And your spirit is your eternal part that connects you to the spirit world. You can choose to connect to the kingdom of light or the kingdom of darkness. Your soul is how you relate to others and to God. In your soul is your personality, your mind, your will, and your emotions. It's the part of you that connects you to others and God. So let's say a lady that spent all of her life living for the kingdom of darkness, which she lived for the devil and she wasn't saved. Okay, imagine she has a lot of baggage because she has a painful past and many bad things happened to her as a result. And she came to believe lies about herself that has damaged her self-esteem, her self-image, her self-confidence. And these lies that she believed about the toxic story of her past are hidden deep inside her emotional baggage. So, as you can expect, she has very poor relationships, but now she wants to become a Christian. As you can understand, she's quite a mess. So how much do you think that she have to improve to qualify for salvation? Well, nothing at all, because salvation is a free gift. Jesus came to rescue us when we are at our worst. This lady qualifies for salvation. She says the sinner's prayer and invites Jesus into her life and becomes a born again Christian. My question, now that she is a born again Christian, what happened to her spirit? At the moment of salvation, her spirit changed ownerships. It moved from Satan's kingdom into the kingdom of God. And it's a legal transaction. So if you have accepted Jesus, 100% of your spirit belongs to God. But I have another question. What happened to her body? Well, what happened to your body at the moment that you became a born again believer? Probably nothing. We will get a new body later in heaven. But the most important question that you should be asking is, what happened to her soul at the moment of salvation? Remember, our soul is comprised of our mind, our will, our imagination, and our emotions. Did her emotional baggage automatically disappear at salvation? Did your personality automatically change when you became a believer? No. Your spirit belongs to God, but your personality and your baggage came with you. So guess what? Her personality, which is part of her soul, stays with her. And she became a born again Christian with emotional baggage. The answer is yes. A Christian can have emotional baggage. Your thinking patterns are deeply ingrained in you since your childhood, and they are based on all the experiences of your life up to this point. To transform your soul, which is your thinking, you need supernatural help. And the good news is Jesus is standing beside you right now, and He is waiting to help you when you give Him permission. I want you to know that God has given me a plan to help you transform your soul so that you can experience God's peace, prosperity, and purpose in your life. Many of my students have reported supernatural healing from the pain of depression, unforgiveness, shame, and so much more. The good news is only the power of God can supernaturally transform your soul, and I am inviting you to commit to taking the first step by giving God permission to heal the traumatic memories from your past through my free masterclass, the 3-step framework to emotional freedom for wounded Christian women. Inside this free masterclass, I will be sharing stories of how my students experience supernatural healing and freedom from the painful traumatic memories of their past and how they are now fulfilling their God-given purpose. And I am inviting you to click the link below so that you can register for your transformation. And join me again next week as I continue the subject of emotional freedom for the wounded Christian woman. If you've enjoyed this message, I'm inviting you to share it with a friend and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Until next time, I want you to know that emotional freedom starts with what you know. In John 8:32, Jesus said to the born-again believers, "If you continue in my word, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Thank you.